A spoken sentence is a transient event. The air vibrates for a few seconds, and then the sound dissipates. But in a developing brain, those vibrations translate into biological inputs, shaping the neural environment. This bar chart displays data from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. In 2008, the metric tracked 50,000 children officially counted as victims of emotional abuse. That figure represents cases documented by the state. The total volume of children living with altered psychological schemas operates at a much higher scale. The language caretakers use establishes the parameters of a child's reality. These verbal inputs serve as the base criteria for the child's self-assessment and behavioral logic. To analyze how 8 specific toxic phrases influence development, we can plot them onto this model. This framework organizes verbal abuse into 3 load-bearing columns: identity diminution, autonomy distortion, and attachment rupture. Categorizing these statements through this structural lens identifies the specific mechanics of psychological manipulation. The first vector of manipulation targets the child's concept of self, identity diminution. This category includes phrases that degrade appearance, assert worthlessness, or express existential regret. Statements like, "You're ugly," "useless," or "I wish you were never born." Children lack an internal mechanism to filter external criticism. When a parent issues a judgment, the brain processes the statement as an objective fact. Degrading a child's appearance drives physical insecurity. It trains them to perceive their own body as a source of failure or shame. Existential invalidation, expressing regret over a child's birth, undermines their sense of belonging. It instructs the child that their presence in the world is a mistake. Definitions like stupid or loser create a template for their inner monologue. They adopt self-loathing as a default perspective. This targeted identity collapse correlates to specific adult pathologies. Clinical outcomes include eating disorders, early onset depression, and increased instances of self-harm. Identity diminution conditions the individual to believe they do not deserve space in the world. The second vector focuses on the child's right to independent behavior, autonomy, and resource distortion. Inputs here include provocative questions about natural behavior, framing the child as a financial burden, and subjecting them to constant sibling comparisons. When parents mock how a child walks or talks, they create a state of constant observation. The child internalizes a fear that their authentic movements will provoke laughter or judgment. Comparing siblings with statements like, "Why aren't you more like your cousin?" undermines their independent identities. This produces an environment of competition and resentment. Resource burdening occurs when parents complain about the cost of child rearing. This categorizes the child's survival as an unreasonable demand. Data from Nemours shows replacing affection with material weaponization drives maladaptive behaviors. To avoid irritation, children suppress their needs. Long-term, they may lean into stealing or aggression to reclaim the resources they were conditioned to surrender. By weaponizing autonomy, the parent forces them to adopt aggressive compensations to validate their existence. The final vector targets the child's ability to rely on others, attachment rupture. The primary inputs are threats of abandonment, such as "I'll just disappear," and chronic unkept promises. We model empty promises through this feedback loop. When a child acts on a promise and the authority node returns a void signal, the action-reward connection severs. Repeating this disrupts predictive models, training the child to expect betrayal. Threatening abandonment further destabilizes the child's sense of safety. It establishes an insecure attachment schema that persists into adulthood. This creates a fear that loved ones will inevitably leave once they see the individual's true character. The resulting attachment rupture complicates the adult's ability to trust future relationships, often leading to isolation. Looking at the complete model, the damage across all 3 vectors is clear. The psychological structure required for healthy development is left unstable. Childhood is the phase where language shapes the neurological blueprint of the adult. The intent behind the words does not change the outcome. Whether hurtful statements are calculated or accidental, the mechanical effect on the brain is identical. Identifying these 3 vectors is a requirement for change. Recognizing the specific mechanisms of verbal abuse allows for the possibility of recovery. Mindful communication is necessary to support the psychological integrity of future generations. Mapping the mechanics of these statements makes the invisible patterns of manipulation visible. By sharing this structural understanding, we can change how we speak to the developing mind.